Welcome to the Everyday Leader podcast, where conversations inspire action, growth, and impact. Hosted by two passionate leaders, Shannon and Conrad, this podcast is for those who strive to lead with purpose and integrity in their life. Whether you're navigating big decisions, seeking balance, or dreaming of creating change, we're here to help explore the tools, stories, and insights that help everyday leaders thrive. Join us each episode as we dive into the art of leadership at work, at home, and in the world. Because leadership isn't a title, it's a way of being.
All right. Welcome back to Everyday Leader. Shannon and Conrad here. And we're going to pick up where we left off from our last episode, which was, I don't know, how would you characterize that last episode, Conrad? A little messy.
A little messy and floating around to, we were in the land of resistance, or the land of leadership. Yeah, I'm remembering a few things about it, and I remember it was important.
The thing that really stuck out about that episode for me, and I think that if listeners, if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, go listen to it. But you know, we really have this belief that leadership is holistic and that it really involves all parts of your life. We know that. We know that that's true. And we know that we can talk about it in a very concrete, linear way. And at the end of the day, it is not that. It is not linear. Getting there, right? Getting there where you feel like a very integrated leader, where you're like at full capacity and drawing on resources and really able to navigate the world in an intentional way, whether it be with caregiving or professionally or in your community, is hard. It can be a hard place to get to. And it can be messy because it's not a linear process. It's not like you're just constantly making steps forward, taking steps forward, taking steps forward into this integration. And so in reflecting on that, the like visual that comes up for me, Conrad, is this visual of like weaving together and reweaving to bring back these, like to bring us back into ourselves, like to reintegrate. But it was this visual of, you know, I'm actually like moving my hands around too, like grabbing those parts of us or those functions that we are responsible for and taking them out of their little boxes and compartments and pulling them in all their color and in all of their complexity and in all of the whatever the characteristics are of like the feelings and the emotions of that those experiences, like pulling them all in together and like weaving them into one tapestry, one braid, one whatever it might be.
As we weave these things together, sometimes the weave, the weave starts to fray, or sometimes the weave might not look the way that it was, quote, supposed to, because as Shannon is saying, it's not linear. There may be a color that comes in or a pattern that you intended it to be. And I'm not a big weaver, although I think I may get into this weaving after this, Shannon. But I imagine like the thread breaks or there's a tear that happens. And those are all opportunities for new integration.
Yeah, and you don't know how big it's going to get or how long, right? Like if let's maybe stick with like fabric, right? We're in like the textile space here in North Carolina, so maybe fabric.
Perfect.
But I like this. You don't know exactly what it's going to all merge into, what it will all weave into, how long it will be, how big it will be, what colors might emerge, how the patterns might shift and change. All you know
Right.
is that you need to keep what, go ahead.
Keep, keep weaving. I'm just blending with you, Shannon, because this just in. It's leader set intentions, as we've talked about, and I had intend for this textile fabric thingy that we're putting together to be 5 feet by 5 feet, and it's going to have 10 colors in it. And I've set an intention as a leader, right? So just using this metaphor as
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
and start weaving away, bringing team members in to weave. You got your family, they're weaving, and all of a sudden spill coffee on it, or there's like something that happens that breaks the weave.
It's definitely
It,
coffee. I'm just going to
definitely
say
coffee.
it's definitely coffee. 100%. That's going to happen.
And we assert that when those things happen is not a bad thing. It's a thing for learning and integration. And there can be a lot, tying it back to last episode, a lot of resistance. Like, because I wanted my 5 by 5 weavy thing to look like this. And we can get attached to that. And we still want to hold that intention because that may be a compelling purpose or mission that we're on. So it's
Mhm.
not about abandoning that. It's being able to increase capacity as these things occur.
Yes. It's being able to create from the coffee stain,
Ooh, yes.
right? And to be able to say, I like what you said. That it doesn't make it a bad thing. It also doesn't necessarily make it a good thing. It's just a thing,
Yeah,
right?
taking the polarity out of it, right.
Right. And without bypassing that thing has impact, right? Like
Mhm.
maybe somebody got burned or whatever it might be, that it also has impact in that has to, that has to be taken care of. Um,
Mm.
in whatever way, right? Whether you burned yourself or you burned somebody else or whatever happened or the fabric set on fire, I don't know. But you have to still, we talk about that, right? Leaders are responsible for their impact and like whatever the impact is. And also that if it created um like trauma or injury in some way, that's also acknowledged and taken care of, right? So sometimes you might have to pause in the weaving to attend to the coffee stain or attend to the whatever that is for
Yeah.
yourself and others. Um, and you create from it
hmm
when it's time to when the time is right.
And that's what we mean by non-linear, that leadership and leadership capacity and growth and transformation are dynamic. They happen every day in multiple contexts: family, work, community. And the invitation is always to take the opportunity when these things happen to learn, to create from, know when to stop weaving, know when to start weaving, and to blend in from last time too, when to call in for help in your weaving process.
Yeah. But it's all in the same tapestry,
Yes.
right? Like you keep coming back. We come back. It is one tapestry, and we keep coming back to that one tapestry. That's what keeps us out of these compartments and boxes and silos that we've created in our life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so I guess Shannon and I are going to look for a weaving class of some sort to.
Well, and the question I think we have now for our listeners is, what are you weaving?
Mm,
What are you weaving in right now? Right? What is that thing that's kind of you've sort of pushed off to the side or put in some kind of compartment because you thought that it would be easier to manage in that way? And what would it be like? what might happen if you start to weave it in, and what do you need?
Yeah, I love that. And along with that, what's easy to weave? What's more difficult to weave? What are you resisting weaving into your tapestry? So all kinds of places to look as you are out in the world
Mm-hmm.
creating and leading every day.
Yeah. Everyday leader. Thanks for listening. Thanks.
Be well. Thanks, Shannon.